Every player remembers at least one mission they absolutely hated. For me, it was definitely this one. Were these missions really that bad, or did we just suck at the game back then? Let's start with Demolition Man. For many Vice City players, this wasn't just a mission. This was childhood trauma. You enter the Top Fun van, take control of a small helicopter called the RC Goblin, and fly around a construction site placing bombs. Sounds simple, right? But the real enemy here is not even the timer, it's the controls. The small helicopter feels awkward, sensitive, and very easy to crash, especially if you played this on PS2 console back in the day. And while you're trying to carefully carry bombs through the building, construction workers attack the helicopter with hammers, security guards shoot at you, and the clock keeps ticking. That's why so many players hated this mission. Well, I hated this mission so much back then. I'm surprised my controller survived. But when you replay it today, once you understand the controls and stay calm, the mission becomes much easier than its reputation suggests. You can even use the helicopter blades to take out the workers and guards before placing the bombs, which makes the mission far less stressful. So, was it really one of the hardest missions? Maybe not. It was more frustrating than hard. Next we have the driver. And unlike Demolition Man, this one can still be genuinely hard. Tommy has to race against Hilary before the bank robbery. Hilary drives a Sabre Turbo, while you are stuck with a Sentinel. At first, it feels completely unfair. Hilary accelerates quickly, takes corners aggressively, and if you make one big mistake, he can leave you far behind. The real problem is everything around you. Traffic, police cars, sharp turns. One badly placed cop car can ruin the whole race. One crash into traffic can cost you the mission. That's why the driver feels so frustrating. Let me know in the comments if you struggled with this mission too. You need good driving, a clean run, and sometimes a little bit of luck. So was the driver really hard? Yes, this one actually deserves its reputation. Did you struggle in this mission back then? Let me know in the comments. Another mission I personally hated back in the PS2 days was Death Row. In this mission, Lance is being held by Diaz's men at the junkyard, and you have to rescue him before his health runs out. And that timer is what makes the mission stressful immediately. You need to drive there fast, but if you rush in without thinking, Diaz's gang can destroy you in seconds. Yup, this is exactly how you should not do this mission. So, when you reach the junkyard, you have to survive the shootout, clear the area, and get Lance out alive. And Lance is not exactly durable. So even after you rescue him, the mission is not over yet. You still have to drive him to the hospital while Diaz's men chase you in fast cars and try to finish the job. That's why Death Row can be so frustrating. Diaz's men in cars can be super annoying. So, is this mission really hard? Well, for me, yes. This was one of those missions I remember replaying again and again, because one mistake could ruin everything. Next, we have Copland. And honestly, I like this mission. The police outfit is cool, the idea is memorable, and it feels like one of those classic Vice City missions. But there is one big problem. Lance. In this mission, Tommy and Lance have to steal police uniforms, enter the North Point Mall, and blow up the Tarbrush Cafe. The setup is already a little risky because you have to lure two cops into a garage to get their uniforms. But the real chaos starts after the bomb goes off. Now you have to escape the mall, avoid the police and FBI, and get back to the Vassetti estate. The police in Vice City are annoying in general. But if you leave Lance behind, or if the AI does something stupid, he can die and the mission fails. That's what makes Copland annoying. Still, I have to admit, this mission is iconic. Let me know what do you think, guys. And then we have another remote control nightmare, Bombs Away. In this mission, Auntie Poulet drugs Tommy and sends him to destroy Cuban boats using a small plane called the RC Baron. As if Demolition Man wasn't painful enough. Honestly, controlling this thing can feel terrible. The plane feels awkward, heavy, and inaccurate, especially while trying to drop bombs on moving targets. And once the Cubans start escaping, the mission becomes even more stressful. And if you miss too many drops, the mission becomes stressful very quickly. That's why Bombs Away can be even more annoying than Demolition Man for some players. So, was it really hard? Yes and no. It's not hard because the mission is complicated. It's hard because the controls fight against you the whole time. and that's exactly why players remember it as one of the most frustrating missions in GTA Vice City. Now this one is less famous, but it can still be surprisingly annoying. Naval Engagement. The mission starts as a shootout against the Haitians and sharks near the mansion on Starfish Island. You ride with Rico on a boat, attack the enemies near the mansion, destroy their boats, and fight your way through the pier to collect the briefcases. And this part can actually be pretty tough if you are not well equipped or careful enough. The enemies hit hard, and without good cover, you can die very quickly. But then, everything suddenly goes wrong. Rico's boat gets destroyed, you receive a wanted level, and now you have to escape from Starfish Island back to Cafe Robina. And this is where the mission becomes painful, because the game gives you a Landstalker. It's tall, heavy, and very easy to flip if you take corners too aggressively. So, after surviving the shootout, the hardest part can actually be just driving back without destroying the car or getting trapped by police. Did you struggle in this mission back then? Let me know. Now we have one of the most iconic missions. The Job. You arrive at El Banco Corrupto Grande with Cam, Phil, and Hilary, and before entering the bank, you put on green jumpsuits and hockey masks behind the bushes nearby. Everything goes according to plan, until the alarm goes off. SWAT storms the building, the police surround the bank, and the hardest part begins once you escape outside. Outside the bank, Hilary arrives with the taxi, but is immediately killed in a scripted cutscene. So now you have to jump into the taxi with Phil and escape to the nearest pain spray. And this part can get really messy. SWAT officers are shooting at you, and police cars keep ramming into you. Well, back on PS2, I remember struggling with this part a lot. I often destroyed the taxi before reaching the pain spray. And the funniest part? When you finally enter the pain spray with the yellow taxi, the wanted stars disappear. But without changing the color of the taxi at all. Yup, classic Vice City logic. And finally, we have the last story mission in GTA Vice City. Keep your friends close. This mission closes the entire story, and it gives Tommy one final battle inside the Vassetti estate. At first, you have to defend your safe while Sonny's men keep rushing into the mansion and stealing your money. But after a while, Lance Vance appears. And yes, after everything, Lance betrays you. He runs upstairs to the rooftop, and now you have to chase him down and finish him. This part can be dangerous because there are armed enemies everywhere, and if you waste too much health or armor before the final fight, you can be in serious trouble. Anyway, after killing Lance, you have to return back inside and face Sonny Forelli. And this is where good weapons really matter. If you come here badly prepared, the final shootout can be tough. But with strong weapons, especially something like the M60, the mission becomes much easier. So was keep your friends close really hard? It can be. If you have good armor, enough ammo, and powerful weapons, it feels like an epic finale. So what do you think? Were these missions really that bad? Or were we just younger, less patient, and playing with terrible controls? Let me know which Vice City mission you hated the most, and I'll see you in the next one.